Good day, gentlemen and ladies, and very proud owner of Mahindra's eMax 20s HST tractors. So the subject of my video today will be about changing the fuel filter or cleaning it. But before doing that, there's very important step you need to do before. All right, so please stick around. All right, so before doing the filter change, what you need to do is I'm just gonna pass you some information on page 5.11 from your Mahindra operator manual. It said to clean or replace the fuel filter every 1 hour or 100 hours of operation. You know, if you can see that right there with my thumb. Now, what I've done since the last 4 years is every year at fall time, that's where I was flushing both of my filter and cleaning them. Why I do that during the fall season is because during the winter and spring and summer and fall, water may went all the way to the filters or dust. And what you need to do is very important to have a proper good fuel filter system and very clean before winter time. I'm very lucky. I have a garage heated dehumidifier, so it's a it's a very controlled environment. But for you folks which a tractor is stored outside or having at least a roof above it, is it's very important to do that during the fall season, so at least you know that your diesel, there's no water in your filter, and the filter element is working very good, it's clean. All right, so that's why I recommend that to you. Now on the book itself, like I told you, do that every 100 hours, but and they recommend to on the page 5-21, whoop, they recommend you to change it every 500 hours. On the book, they said replace every 1,000 hours or 12 months. It depends of the condition. Okay, I see fuel filter getting very bad after not even 6 months because the fuel was not in great quality. Here in Canada, we have a great fuel system. It depends where you go fuel also. I always use fuel. I go to a station where I have a lot of demand for diesel, so that fuel never stay there for months. It's always getting replenished, so it's a fresh diesel fuel that I have. All right, now talking about fuel, make sure then yes, during the summer, the diesel fuel during the summer, it's not the same during the winter time. So make sure, like right now I'm running on diesel, summer diesel. I have about 1/4 tank left. So very soon I will put in new diesel for the very cold months, incoming cold months that I will have. So that's the thing you need to think about. So enough about the, please do read your manual. However, in the manual, they talk about the primary fuel filter, but they don't talk at all whatsoever about that fuel filter, how to clean it and how to do it. So that's why I asked you that video about the little lever on the fuel pump. So yes, all right. So let's go in detail doing the prep work before doing the fuel filter, all right? Cheers. All right, so this is the fuel filter right here, and right under it, it's another filling port of the for the oil, and you don't want. Yes, of course, when I'm gonna remove that, this diesel is gonna fall on that and maybe contaminating your oil from the engine. So what I've made, either you can put a big rag in here or a piece of steel. In my case, I made myself from an orange cap juice bottle, like an inverted funnel, basically a protective cap. So what I'm going to do, before that, make sure you clean everything around. I'm just gonna put it right over. Why I put a lip here, I made a lip, so when the fuel goes drop in there, it's gonna fall down, and then it's not gonna go directly on the fuel cap, on the oil filling cap. Right, so I'm just gonna put it like this right above and put the hoses like this, and there we go. So when the fuel goes down, it will never go on the edge here. It will fall all around, and no contamination from diesel will contaminate the oil. All right, So that's the first tip you need to think about. Now I'm gonna show you in detail what those line does. All right, so stick around. So the way the fuel arrived to the fuel pump in here, it's basically, you see the shining line, right? I'm touching right here. The fuel arrived there, all right? This is the fuel pump right here. That's the little lever I was talking you about, okay? Then the fuel get pushed all the way to the line here. So just hold on. I'm gonna change the angle. So that's the line right here. And then from there, the fuel goes from the outside of the filter. So it's touching, just hold on. So it's going outside, and then it's going inside of the fuel filter, getting pushed. And the little hose in the back here, just stuck around, I'm gonna move stuff. That little hose there, and it's coming right from the middle of it. It's going all around. I'm pointing it and coming back around and going to the fuel pump here. All right, this is the fuel pump. This is the little tube going towards the injector, the diesel injector. So that's the one. It's a 3-cylinder engine, so there's three line in here. Then, of course, the pump is pushing more than the engine need for various reasons. Our engine RPM, how much diesel engine needs. So there's a return line. This is the return line. The return line going up again towards the fuel filter. And here it's a joining section basically, and sometimes it's going back to the system on the return line in here, and it's returning right there. It's tough to see, but basically it's running there if needed more, or it's going back to the fuel tank. Okay, so basically this is how these fuel line work. And one thing I forget to mention on the prep work, you need to make sure you have an oil pan or a catch tank on the floor, because yes, especially me, I'm very not agile. I make drop things. Another thing too, you want to make sure that your dipstick is well pushed in, right? Because of course it will sometimes fuel does splash all around. Okay, so please stick around. All right, so the first thing you need to do before closing the valve here is make sure first you remove the keys from your engine, so you don't want to start your engine inadvertently. All right, now the first thing you need here is close the valve. If the valve is very tough to remove for whatever reason, don't force it too much. Just work it like back and forth and slowly going. So right now it is closed. All right, you can use also like a type of like a drip pan. You can put it like this under like this, and then you'll be in good business when you're going down. However, what I will do is I will need that for the video. You can put 2 if you like. That's another way, but yes, it's another tip. Now you can use various type of pliers. This is only to be end tight. Okay, so however, the vibration of the tractor make it tighter. So that's why I broke the torque on it. So yeah. Now what I'm going to do, oh, there's a rag in here that's protect me against any type of just hold on. So what I'm going to do is basically just unscrewing it like this and gently removing it like that. Whoop, like just hold on. And like I told you, I'm a very goofy hands, so I'm just gonna unscrewing it, push the fuel filter upward. All right, and this one was easier because I put oil before, and gently you're pulling down, and of course fuel are going down from the field. Now I'm just gonna look how clean my ball is filled, because I'm doing it every year. Huh? So just hold on, I'm gonna drop that in my. Now for the fuel filter itself, gently just pull it down. Make sure you don't grab it by the cap, because often it will be you only go with the steel cap. So just go grab it very lightly and push it down, twisting it like this, and there we go. So that way it's all removed like that. All right, so stick around. All right, folks, so what I've done is I put the fuel filter and upward. That this is the main entrance right here, and I'm just gonna put it there. So what I do is basically I fill up what that ball. I have two bowls. One is for depositing like this, and then I have got a cleaning bowl on the side. I mainly I use naphtha. I brush the outside of it, remove the deposit or something like that into the naphtha. Why I'm using naphtha? Because naphtha is a cleaner also, and it does evaporate. And then once that is accomplished with a very small brush, and don't push it gently, what I will do is basically just hold on. And all right, so before I mention that, yes, make sure it's a well ventilated area. Make sure you don't have a heat source nearby. Diesel is tough to light up, but with the naphtha in presence, or either fuel or kerosene, you can use also for cleaning it. So you have to make sure then there's no source of heat, and you could put yourself in trouble. I have the fire extinguisher on the tractor to help me in case of something goes very bad. All right, for cleaning it, what I do is basically at 30 centimeters, what's about a foot, I'm just gonna do like a normal, and be aware then the blast of it, that would create fume. I'm not gonna go like this towards the camera. I like my camera, so I'm just gonna go like this, just very small all around. And then very gently, you make sure that thing is clean, and a very light pressure. Look at that. Very light pressure. And then again, and then a little bit. And make sure the blast is pushing towards the bottom of the filter. You can also put your finger to hold it in place if in case. And look at that, it's all right. So all the dust is going away. Then slightly, what I will do with a clean rag, just wipe off all around. All right. And then I go a good visual check inside. I look under everything, all the filter. If there's a metal particle, it could have like a black algae, like an organism living in diesel. I saw that during inside of a fuel tank, aircraft fuel tank of the CP140, and it's grayish, a darkish, very dark green color. It was surprising. Yes, bacteria does live in diesel, but it's a high contaminated, like water basically. So and I do make sure there's a little O-ring inside, so I clean it. Little O-ring right there, so I make sure that that O-ring is in very good condition. If the O-ring, you find the O-ring is deteriorating, crack, or discard the fuel filter, buy a new one, or you can change the O-ring if you like. I don't. I rather pay $25 Canadian bucks and put a new. So this is how I clean my fuel filter for the last 4 years, and look at that. It's look like a brand new. And trust me, it's very good. Now the other thing I want to make sure is when I finish with it, I put it in a clean place. This is a clean rag what I have here. I don't know if show it in camera, but I'm just gonna put it like this. You can put it inverted down so no dust will go inside. Now about the ball, first thing you need to do is remove the this. I'm just gonna put it aside. Now there's an O-ring around here, so I'm gonna remove it and just put it aside in a clean place. And then there's a lot of contaminated dust in there. So first of all, I'm just gonna wipe off all the thing all around. Then look at the inside. It's very during 1 year I had some very small deposit in there. So what I will do is I'm gonna put some clean fuel. Like I say, you can use kerosene. I'm just gonna wash it like that. Make sure it's all done, and then, all right. This is the diesel fuel left over when I removed the ball, and then I just look at that. It's all gone. So what I'll do is just cleaning it. So it pays to make sure that you have very clean fuel before. So the little strainer at the fuel cap, and then all these detail, it pays on the long run. So then I'm gonna take the same rag, make sure it's all clean. Then I'm gonna clean inside with the rag. Make sure that I do remove everything. And what I will do, my final step, is put your clean fuel, or like I say, you can use naphtha, you can use kerosene. This is a clean fuel, unleaded super 93 octane. This is gasoline basically, non-octane, no ethanol. It's very expensive fuel. I'm just gonna, all right. So then I'm gonna put that back because this is very flammable right now. Let's put it there. All right. Now I know for sure it's very clean. Just hold on. I'm not gonna use the same rag that I clean everything. So I'm just gonna put it down inverted. All right. So this is a cotton rag, very clean. And so I'm gonna put that cotton rag right away. Make sure you have a clean rag because you don't want any type of contaminant inside your. However, like I say, this is the outside of the bowl, so it's exposed to dirt and stuff like that. So, but do a good job. It's worth it. All right. So the lip here, that's where you want very clean because that's where you're gonna put the O-ring or the new O-ring coming up with the fuel filter, which is right there. All right. Now I'm gonna put that rag in my pocket in here. All right. You put it inverted so no dust will go inside. This is the old O-ring. So what you do with the O-ring, basically, I clean it very well. When it's clean, then I do a good visual inspection with my glasses. I make sure there's no crack, there's no tear, wear. Everything is still flexible. And this is an O-ring which has been since 4 years. I'm gonna put the new O-ring, but I'm not gonna throw that away. I'm gonna keep it as a backup because that O-ring, it's also the same O-ring or the other the first stage fuel strainer. Sorry about my English. So yes, the tractor is good with the first fuel stage. It's a strainer, and also water separator. The second one, it's a fuel filter, and that O-ring fit on both. It's the same, basically the same canister. So this one I'm gonna keep it and clean. Now this is the filthy one, very exposed to outside environment. So I'm gonna clean. I'm gonna take my cleaning rag first and clean it very well. Remove everything, the dust, and I'm gonna go use my hair blower to clean. All right. So that way, I'm just gonna put it there for now. So that way it's a clean one. Now remember on the first fuel filter, that's why I'm gonna put oil all around. It's so much easier. It's supposed to be untied, but the vibration frequency of the engine tied up the screws. I don't ask me how it does, but it does also in the aviation world. So it's an end tight. You just untie it. That's it. All right. I remember what this end tight is because you remember my hydraulic transmission strainer. What happened to it? All right. So end tight. Okay. Nice and lightly snug. All right. So this one you put it in a clean place. At this point, I will also clean the connecting point. So This I'm gonna show it to you right now. Cheers. Now this is the fuel belt attachment. With my cleaning rag, I will clean all the lips all around, like so. Just hold on. I'm just gonna put the rag under, behind, sorry. Like this. It's like cleaning your, flossing your teeth. Before. All right, now, when that is accomplished, all right, now the inside in here, that was my cleaning rag. Now you're going to use your this is the last step that you're very clean it. That's where I'm going to clean the inside of here. All right, inside basically there's the fuel entrance there, and there's the middle where you connect. So that's why I'm going to do a very nice clean with the rag. Make sure it's all clean in there. So I'm going to show you a close view under here. All right, just hold on, stick around. Now be aware the camera will be shaking, so you may have seasickness, aircraft sickness, or whatever sickness you may have. Just hold on, I'm going to put something in my pocket. No, that's gonna be tough going. Hang on, guys. We're there. All right. So basically, this is where you connect the fuel. All right. This is the. I have to go. This is the entrance for the when the fuel is coming from the return or coming from the tank. It's right there. And you can see here it's all flat surfaces. All right. So I hope you're able to see it like I'm pointing it towards. Just hold on. I'm going to put a better light. So like I say, that's where you connect the fuel filter, the in and out of the outside. So the fuel flow from out, then the fuel filter come in the middle, and then it's going inside there. All right. So did you? I hope you're not seasick right now. Boom. All right. So going back to the table. Cheers. All right, so what I will do is now I'm going to talk about the new fuel filter. So let me put these things aside. So this is the fuel filter, and it's coming out with the O-ring with an elastic. So first of all, before opening it, make sure everything is prepped. So make sure you oil your ring. You also oil the thing, because you don't want to have it exposed with contaminant, especially the opening there. So what I will do is oil the thing with the proper oil, and stick around. So this is the oil I'm using, the SAE Tier D oil, and I'm just putting a little bit of oil on the voyons, tabarouette, on the threads, so that way the it will be very easy to remove. So I'm just gonna put the ring back in here, and with my finger I'm just gonna oil the inside of the outside where where that screws. I'll be back. All right, so this is that was my clean rag, very clean. So I'm just gonna deposit like this. All right, so this my old fuel filter and my old O-ring, I'm gonna let it open in open air, so all the diesel will be venting off, and I'm gonna keep it as a spare part. You never know, something for whatever reason I am lifting the tractor outside, the fuel filter get frozen, whatever reason, at least I have it on standby, because bad thing always happen on a Sunday night at 7 o'clock. Everything is closed and there's a big snowstorm or whatever it may have, and at least I've got spare parts. The best way to have a brand new one on standby, but hey, I think I have 492 hours on my tractor, and you see the fuel filter, how clean is it? The reason why it pays to have the 100-hour cleanup. Now this is the canister, so I'm gonna put the O-ring all around, so just stick around. So with I don't open it from the, that's where you connect it. I'm just gonna, from the bottom of it, and just putting down so no dust will go toward inside the fuel filter. Holy smoke! All right, you stay there. There we go. So the O-ring in here, so the fuel filter, always don't lift it and up, leave it down so no dust is coming inside. I'm just gonna deposit it like this. Now this is the ball. I'm just gonna put it all around like this. Now what I'm recommending you, I don't have Vaseline here, but with the fuel, put a nice coat of Vaseline all around, and that's what I do. I don't remember what I put it, but just put a light coat of Vaseline. The Vaseline would help to settle better the O-ring all around, okay? Don't put oil. This is a no-go. Vaseline is the best thing to put all around, okay? Now, with the clean fuel filter, and this is very clean, I'm just going to put it the opposite way, like this, and let's go to the installing in the right place. And by the way, bring your slip ring right away, like this, so everything will be ready. All right, stick around. All right, so I've got the ball there. So first thing you're going to do is take, by the way, I put some petroleum jelly all around the O-ring. Now, you can put some petroleum jelly in there if you like to have a better lubrication, and that's what I've done. Now, just hold on, I'm gonna switch ends. Slowly but surely, you're just twisting. Just hold on, I'm gonna get the ball all the way. So, you just work it by twisting. You don't push it like this. You're twisting it going up, all right? So that way, it's so much easier. The O-ring inside is well seated. So now it's fully inserted in the middle of the ball. Now that's where you're gonna put the ball like this. Then you're gonna put the oily slip ring. Now the ball, just hold on please. All right, now the ball right here with this end, you push it upward, and this one, you start it very gently. Oh, this is, you don't want to cross thread it. Yeah, and look at that, it's going like whoo, very oily, and that's all how you keep it. All right, now that's all done. I need to clean my hands. All right, so, and like I told you, it's end tight, no more than end tight. So I'm just gonna take a rag because it's slippery, and you just, there we go. So this is end tight. All right, now that's the next step. You open the valve here. You open it like this, and I'm just gonna try to show it to you. You see that little lever in here, I'm pushing, it's black, so just hold on, I try to find a better camera view, just hold on. So you can see it better. And you're going to see the fuel ball there. So I just start to pushing, and look at the little flow coming up. So you need, that's what you need to do is you start to fill up the bowl like this. Now I'm just gonna, all right. So I'm just pushing it. I don't know if you see it, the ball start to fill it up. By the way, now the fuel is coming up. So I'm just going to finish it. So there's about, and go easy with the lever. It's made of steel, but take your time. There's no rush. Let me check if it shows on the camera. Yes, it does shows. All right. So do take your time. So a lot of guys, they said prime the pump. Yes, the pump is right there. So it's always prime, unless you go bad, go empty it. But it's also for replenishing the secondary fuel filter. All right. So I'm just gonna do that. No, I'm not gonna put some music, but go easy with that little lever. Oh, by the way, you can put some oil in here. So that's what I've done. So and I put some air to clean the against the dust. So it's filling up, because that's a very precious. That shows you the quality of the Yanmar engine and the Mahindra tractors. Having that little there. Some tractor, like a lot of Kubotas, they have electric pump. So electric pump, they just turn the switch on and poof, the ball is replenishing himself. So I'm just gonna, it's almost full now. And what happened is as it's going up, the air is getting pushed back towards the tank. And I'm gonna keep continuing it until I hear the fuel falling in the fuel tank. Now, on the camera, you ain't gonna be able to hear it, but trust me, I'm just waiting. There's about a couple of times I have to, because I'm pushing the air. Just remember, there's a lot of air in there. Doesn't help, I'm deaf too. All right, stick around. I'm just gonna pump it until I can hear the, well, just hold on. All right, so I can hear it. So, okay, so when that is accomplished, then I'm gonna swipe out all the diesel. I'm gonna remove my fuel cap in here, my dust cap. So everything is, it's bone dry, so no fuel fall in there. And that's why I keep that fuel cap, the fuel cap, protective cap, whatever you call it, ND. So for the next 100 hours of cleaning. So please stick around, and when that everything is clean, then we start the engine. Okay, so please stick around. Okay, I'm just gonna finish to wiping all the excess diesel all around in here, which fall. There we go, because I hate the smelly diesel tractor. All right. There we go. Now, just as a proof of you, I'm gonna open the door, keep that in one shot. So so if they have any guys doubting my procedure, saying he had problem after he made the video editing, stuff like that. So I'm gonna keep that in one shot. Okay. So just hold on. So make sure everything is clean, everything is safe. I'm gonna start the tractor, but before starting, I'm gonna open the garage door a little. All right, so I'm putting back the keys. I'm putting the brake on. Now I'm doing the go plugs. I have wait 10 seconds, and let's start that. Whoop! I have the brake. Oh, the seat. Yes. Don't worry, that happened. I have to restart it. Just hold on. Sorry about the moving. All right, just hold on. Now, this is my third time. What you can do is just crank up a little bit the RPMs. I forget to mention, do use your go plugs. see it. You turn it 1, 2, sometimes 3 times. For me, most of the time it was 2 times. Just hold on, I'm gonna open the garage door. So I keep it in one camera shot. Sorry about the moving. It's important for me so I get my credibility intact. I hope you believe me. Trust me, I'm only there to help you. So yes. So when I used to, I crank it a lot, that little lever, and that way you have no problem. So the first time, it's yes, there's a little air sometime occurring. The second time, usually it starts like this, but probably I forget to put the to crank up the not all the way, just 1/4 the RPM lever, and that way you have it running like this and it's ready. As you can see outside, I received some snow during the week, and today was Saturday. I forgot the I'm gonna put it on the video editing, but we have a warm right now. It's almost 0 degrees Celsius. Gonna be like this for the next 2 days. It's supposed to have a little bit of rain, but more snow tomorrow, and then the snow all week. So what I'm going to do after, I'm gonna just put down the I want to create a compact surfaces again. I'm gonna have a really thick nice thick of snow surfaces. All right, so I'm just gonna get away. I hope that video was very good and instructive for you how to proceed it. The key feature on that is have a clean rag. Make sure you pump properly your pump, a little primer pump, so that way it's filling up and pushing the air all the way towards the tank. And here we go, it's running very well. I don't have to crack anything, no holes, no screws, nothing. Everything is done. So the vital factor is always buying a good diesel, quality clean diesel. That little strainer and the fuel tank, when you fill it up, it's very important to clean it once a year too. And yeah, the secondary, the first secondary water filter, water separator is important to clean. So like I say again, a good recap, clean it at every fall before winter, and you have a good running tractor like I have right now. So I hope it helped. Please do take care of yourself, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and thank you outstandingly for all your support, folks. Without you, sometime all right, but that keeps my skill sharp, knowledge sharp anyway. So it pays to pour oil your tractor. All right. Cheers. Yes, of course, there's always another addition. Do perform a leak check all around, make sure there's no leak, and check about 2 or 3 hours after you run it. I had that happening. Even if I entered it and it was good, it was leaking a little bit, and just a little bit more in tight, cleaning everything. So do check after 1 or 2 hours of tractor work about all around the ball there, and do a good inspection also on the hoses. These hoses are made of rubber, and after maybe 10 years or so, like the manual said, always do a visual check on them. So it's worth it. All right, so please take care of yourself. Cheers.